Okay, so in this program, we're going to do a little bit more complex programming. First of all, I have been writing a lot, and I just discovered you can push the enter, the space, and it lets you actually type. So space there, and click there, and use the space or the enter key. Yeah, the enter key, and you can do that. Oh, so it's actually really good. Room 2. So I wish I had found that out earlier. Anyway, so we're walking along, we're in our story, and we have now got 3 options to go into room 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to code that and see what that looks like. So I've created a variable here, choice, and we can print out our story. You are exploring the ruins of an old mansion. Okay, there's our story. Choices basically there. We'll go triple digit so I don't have to muck around. There are 3 doors in front of you. Room 1, room 2, or room 3. And it just makes the input a little bit easier to muck around with. There we go. Okay, so if they choose, if the choice is room 1, then we'll print something there. Else, if the choice is room 2, or lots of mistakes here, print something here. Or optionally, we can do a elif or else. We've got 3 options here, 3. So we can go choice is room 3. We print this. Okay, so here's our thing now. We have now got 3 different ways, depending on what they inputted there. So they had a choice of room 1, 2, or 3. And we can even make it easier. Enter. I like these little block things because it sort of helps them understand what to enter. Doesn't really make much difference, but might make it a little bit easier to read for them. So anyway, so now I've got that. So let's run that and let's see what it actually looks like. Say you enter room 1. So we can see a message. Because I want to show you the next step. Room 3, room 2. Okay, and let's just run that code, F5. Okay, so you're exploring the ruins of an old mansion. There are 3 doors in front of you. Enter room 1, 2, or 3. So I'll go room 2, and it says you enter room 2. So that's basically how it should work. Okay, now remember, it's very easy to put this all in a loop and use break. But what I want to do is I want to check what happens if they don't enter one of these. If they don't enter room 1, 2, or 3. Then we have a problem. It doesn't help us here. So we need to check this input. Is it correct? So to do that, we really should try and accept it. Put a try accept around it. Remember, this can be on one line. It doesn't have to be on 3 lines like I've done. This is just input. So let's just put it into one line so it looks easier for you to understand. Okay, and what I need to do is indent it. So there's our normal input, and I've got to try accept. Now, if anything goes horribly wrong with this, it's going to run this code. It runs a message. Something went wrong. Okay, now you can put a far better message when something went wrong, but it just lets you know if something goes wrong. This could be you asking them to enter a number. If something went wrong, it'll run that. Okay, but what we don't want to do is something goes wrong and then it carries on. We want it to go back and make them re-enter. In fact, we can run this else code. So if nothing goes wrong, it'll run the else code. If you enter something and something does go wrong, it runs this code. So the else code can be here. Okay, and what we can do is we can check, is the choice they entered one of the good ones? But let's check everything in lowercase. Is the choice they entered room 1? Or was the choice they entered, and copy paste, room 2? And I've only got 3 rooms, so just check all 3 rooms. And if they entered 1, 2, or 3, then that's good. They entered exactly what we wanted. We can say break. We're going to use break because I'm going to put the whole thing inside a loop. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to loop the whole thing around and make them enter 1, 2, or 3, room 1, 2, or 3, because it's not good if we allow them to carry on in the code. So if I loop everything like this, looping, it's going to try my code. So they enter something, anything goes wrong, it runs this. Okay, and I'm going to actually put a continue there, which means basically what that means is it goes up to the top of the loop and it tries again. Doesn't do anything else. If this is all okay, it runs the else and it's going to check, did they enter room 1, or did they enter room 2, or did they enter room 3? If they entered any of them, they're all good. It's going to break, which means it stops looping and it carries on with the rest of our story, because then we know they entered room 1, 2, or 3. Good options, okay? So that's how start of it. This is how we can check. We can just, every time we ask them to enter something, we can put that around it. And it's a lot of code, but you just copy and paste it and just change the these things. That's all. Change what they are, what you're asking them to enter to match these. And that's pretty much all for this video.